have Form Simplicity right here. As you know, Form Simplicity is a software that we use for us to be able to track our transactions, send clients to sign, e-sign. You find all the documents in here. You find everything you need on all your transactions. And also, this is one of the ways that we're able also to pay your commissions, because everything is here. We're able to review as compliance to see if you have all your documents. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to simulate like if we are doing a new contract, okay? Now I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks, which I think they're really good for you to use. And it's going to pretty much streamline the process as you deal with other brokers and agents, and being able to use the system for your benefit, okay? So as we get started, we have the first page. What I want you to see here in this first page is that how organized you have to be in every transaction. So you see we have active transaction, we have new, we submitted this offer yesterday, offer has been rejected. So what you need to do is that you need to always update this information, okay? Because if you don't update it, when I needed to look for a transaction, it's not your name, because I have access to all your files as a broker, and you want to get paid or I need to review a document. I noticed that you guys, there's some of you guys that have the same file like 20 times, or you haven't updated information, and you have one document with one client, and the same client you have 3 documents. So it has become a hassle for us to be able to retrieve any documents. So I suggest that if you have a file that it didn't go through and you don't want to save the documents, delete the information, delete the file from the, or archive it, or make sure you update and put as new. Is it active? Is it closed? Whatever results of that property is, so we can know, and you can also follow up down the road. But let's start a new transaction. No further ado. Here, guys, we created this for you as well. You don't have to go through the whole system looking for documents to put on your file. What we did is that we created different packages for you guys. So for example, if you're gonna list a rental and you're gonna meet with the owner of the rental, you pick the listing rental package. If you're gonna have a closing, you pick the closing get paid package. And you're buying, a client of yours buying a condo, you do the condo purchase contract. If they're buying a single family home or up to 4 units, right? Duplex, triplex, fourplex, home purchase you pick, all right? And if you're gonna list a house for sale, all right, you do a listing sales package. So everything is in the package for you to use. There might be more documents that you may not need. You can delete those documents, but most of the documents on those packages are documents that you might need. And this is gonna help you, yes, not having to go out and looking for documents. So rental package, you know, we have everything here for you guys. This makes it easy. So today what we're going to do is that we're going to pick a single family purchase, right? And let's just, something I suggest you guys do is that do not, on the street address, put the street address, you know, transaction name, put the client's name. It's very difficult for us to remember the street address versus the client's name. Cohen, Garcia, Paris is much easier, I'm sorry, than just remembering 1 North Southwest 5th Street. You know, when you got so many properties in the system, it's very hard to remember everything. So we're gonna do right now, let's use this address here, just for fun of it, you know, any address or whatever. And here the name, you put your client's name. So let's say Vera Oscar, right? And property type, residential. And then here is a purchase, right? So create transaction. And the system was going to do is gonna right now pick all the documents that you need, okay, for the purchase. Why is not doing it? Okay, something's happening here. Oh, there you go. I'm too fast and she's too slow. Anyways, so here in this part, as you see now, you have all the documents here that's in the package. You have the contract as is, appraisal contingency if you need it. If your client's doing an FHA, the FHA addendum, the lead-based paint to the properties prior to 1978. You got a lead pamphlet, mold inspection, buyer's walkthrough, homeowner association addendum. All right. If you pick condo purchase, you're gonna have the condo addendum, right? And here are the documents that we have on the file also that you may not need, but they're there just in case. So what I normally do is if the property was built in 1980, well, I know I don't need the lead-based paint pamphlet. If I'm not going to do a mold inspection, all right. So what I do, if there's no homeowners association, I'm not going to have no appraisal contingency. It's not an FHA. So what I do is I go ahead and delete those documents, right? I delete those documents just to make my file look cleaner, right? So there's a lot of information there. But here, then you have all the documents, well, commission disbursement sheet that you might need, right? Disbursement authorization that you need in every file to give, you're gonna get paid at closing, escrow deposit receipt if you want it, FHA clause, right? Regulatory compliance fee, inspection waived by buyer, all these documents you may use. I mean, you don't need them once again. What you do is that you select them, okay? And what you do is that you delete them. And then what happens is that you have a very clean file. You got a much cleaner file. All right, so remember that always there's 3 documents that you always need in every file: the information cover sheet, the affiliated, and the compliance fee. Those 3 documents you need on every single transaction you do, whether it's a seller, a buyer, a tenant, always. So they're here for you. You don't have to look for it and search in your computer, upload it. You don't have to do none of that stuff. It's already here, okay? I'm trying to show you how it makes your life much easier. So now let's look. I'm gonna go to the MLS real quick. I already picked the property. Let's pick this property here with this MLS number. And I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna come back here, and I'm gonna do this, all right? And what I suggest, guys, is that you always put information. It's there for a reason. It really helps us down the road whenever we want to do a file. I mean, pay your commission or something like that. It's just great to have all the information there. It just really helps. We're trying to eliminate the information cover sheet, all right? Because the information cover sheet has everybody who's involved in the transaction: the buyer, the seller, the selling agent, the listing agent, the title company, the mortgage company. Pretty much most of the information that we need is already here, but people don't complete it. People don't take the time to do it. Okay, so what I suggest is that you just go through this and just complete this information here. You see in the bottom, you have more data, right? But we're gonna try to do right now is gonna try to put as much data from the system, okay, itself. So you go to the MLS listing ID, all right, and then you go import data, and then it's gonna see import MLS data. Let's see if it finds it. So what it did is that by me inputting the MLS information here, okay, the system went through the MLS and pulled the property information already for us. So I'm gonna hit select. And what you see right now is gonna complete all the property information. It's gonna complete the, listing start date, the price. It's gonna complete the sellers or landlords information. It's gonna complete our office information, okay? And what you do is that you save information to the transaction, okay? Now, once it's saved to the transaction, right, we'll continue saving. And now what's gonna happen is that the data we have now is already here, okay? So if you get a contract and it's executed, hey, come back, put the information here. You have how much you're gonna have a deposit, you put information here, right? Due date, you put information here. It's gonna save you time. Inspection period, you put it here. Projected closing date, you put it right here as well. So that was, once you do that, you save your data. And now what we have all your information on the property, and you have it as well. Okay, and this information is going to be transferred to your contract. It's going to be transferring the property address. It's going to transfer to all your documents that you have into the system, and that you don't have to do again, because sometimes when you upload a form, what happens is that, one second, guys, when you upload a form, what happens is that sometimes you have to once again put the information, put the address, the buyer's name. In this case, you don't have to do that because it's already there. Okay, it saves you time. Also, something, once you have all of this, I suggest you always do this. Come to transaction participants, right?
Question.
Yes.
Two things. I'm sorry, because I don't want to forget. I don't see the 399 form, and also the 399. What do you call it?
349. 349.
I don't see it.
Right here. Regular compliance fee.
Oh, okay. And also the address on the contract, you still have West Cypress Creek on it. So I have to go in there and change that. I was writing contract.
I changed it like 10 times with the form simplicity. They haven't done the changes. I gotta call again technical support. Yeah, thanks, Osnak. Appreciate that. I'm gonna call them again. I don't know why. Anyways, that's it, Osnak?
Yeah. I just wanted to.
Thanks for sharing. All right, awesome. So here, guys, what I would suggest to do is that you represent the buyer, right? Just go ahead and add him here. So for example, let's say is Osnak the buyer. I don't know if I spelled your name wrong, Osnak, but forgive me, merciful. All right, and you put the information here too. Right, and you put in their phone numbers as well. Put all the information you can in here. 954-999. Okay. And what happened? You same team. You got two buyers. You do the information as well, and check the information here. Like this is our Brickell address that we had in Brickell. I know I haven't changed that either. We have a new Brickell address, by the way. If you ever needed to go to Miami. All right, and just you can update it right here, like Osnak was saying. Correct. Now, most of the times, most of the documents don't have our address, but I mean, here you have it here. All right, your information. Okay, complete it. Okay. All right, and you save this information. So what's happening now is that the system, whenever you're gonna write into the contract any document, the system will automatically upload or auto-populate, I should say, your contracts and every document that you have. Okay, here you have tasks that you can put on the file. You know, how many contracts you sent for e-sign. You know, collaboration, you can make other people help you in the file, in the office, notes, email history, everything you can put here. All right. So it is a database. It's just, you know, it's not really a CRM, but it's a database. You can keep all your information on the file if you don't have a CRM. All right. But here, guys, something also cool that I think that the board did, which I think is great, is like now, you know, we are putting so many offers for every buyer. So a buyer, you got to put 5 or 10 offers to get a deal happening. So instead of creating a new file every time, you can always come here and you create a folder instead. You can call this folder, you know, offer 123 West McNabb, whatever. Okay. And you just call the folder, whatever you want, and you can save all the documents from that offer that was not accepted or didn't go through, okay? Or if you have mortgage documents that you want to save here, you can do it as well. So this way you can organize your files, okay? And it's just much better. That's a really cool feature they have that you just did recently, right? Now, something else that I suggest everybody should have is the e-sign. The e-sign is $65 a year, and you have the capability of sending documents for your clients or anybody for them to sign the documents versus you having to probably go and download them and use Adobe Acrobat or use DocuSign or any other service, which is all of them are much more money. DocuSign is like hundreds of dollars a year, like probably 1,000, depends how many times you use it. So I know there's other services out there you can use, but why use an outside platform where you have here everything, okay? And you can just sign everything here, you can store everything here, and we're gonna need it for your closing, okay? We're gonna need all your documents here for us to close. And in the future, if there's an audit, we need all those documents as well in our system, okay? So why, I like using OneDrive. Some people like using Dropbox, but if you think about it, you really don't need it because everything is here. Everything is here, you're paying for it. And for the $65 you pay a year or something like that for the e-sign, they give you, I think it's 1 or 3 terabytes of hard drive for you to save information. So I think it's really inexpensive for $65. And I think it's something that you should definitely have, okay? Call the Board of Realtors, sign up, $65. All right. One more thing before I move forward is that whenever you send, let's say you're dealing with a realtor, and whenever you email the realtor, you have access to this link right here. All right. You can tell the realtor, hey, when you're going to send me the contract back, okay, or the documents back by email, please email it here. Okay. They can always CC you on your email as well, because what happens if they email it here, what happens is that the document will automatically show up here. And then you don't have to no longer, save it in your computer, then bring it into upload it here, right? And save it here and save it. No, automatically the document will come into Form Simplicity, will be saved there. It's just less steps to the process. Hold on, guys. All right. So, everything will be here in the system. So use these tools. They're really gonna make the process for you streamlined. It's gonna be much easier for you, okay? So once again, e-sign, $65. Whenever you send a document to a realtor, you ask them to please send it back to you here. And it will automatically be here. Complete all the information, all right? Complete your buyer's information as well, who's ever involved in a transaction. You're gonna see why in a second. So let's pick that we're gonna use this document here, okay? And this is what is gonna happen. As you can see, because I didn't put the seller's information in the form and the front page, it doesn't show up. So what I need to do now, I need to put the seller's information, right? I mean, why should I do this? Why did I just not went ahead and add it here, correct? On transaction participants. So add sellers and parties, right? And now I won't have to any longer type it in every single document. It's just gonna show up here as John Doe. So I go back to my document here. And now look at John Doe right here, correct? That's gonna save you time. I prefer to do it once and have the system do it for me every single time. So you see now you have the property address, you have all the information, the legal description, which most of the time they're so long, and it's important to have a legal description in the system. It's very important. It's a property tax ID, and that's it. So in every single document, you're gonna have this information that's automatically auto-populated. You don't have to do it over and over again. So If you're not doing it, please, 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 please do it. It's going to save you a lot of time. Now, if you want to work harder, not smarter, don't do it. All right. But anyways, one more thing I want to show you here, that we have the additional terms, correct? And the additional terms, we have these clauses here. All right. These clauses are here for you to use as well. So for example, if you have an appraisal contingency, right? Appraisal, okay, not appraisal contingency, but appraisal to be a condition for it to be performed in 10 days. Or if you want to change that, you can do 15 days, 50 days, whatever days you want to put here, you can do 20 days, whatever. But it's here, and that's for you. It's going to save you time. Another one, for example, you can pick as many as you want. We have here. If there's something that you think we can put here, you let us know. We'll do that as well for you. It's not a big issue. Okay, lien search clause. Insert that as well. Okay, which is this one up here. Or you want to send another one. Seller contribution. That's very, not used now a lot now, but it's something that we normally use. So that will contribute up to 6% of the purchase price towards buyer's closing costs, prepaid items, and/or insurance. So all these clauses are right here for you to use, right? This is something that you got to use. Well water or septic. Just put septic. This is wrong. Septic inspection, right? There you go. You want that? Boom. There you go. Perfect. So these clauses, once again, if you see something you want us to add, we can add there for you, or DU. Everything is here. Okay, use it. It's for you. It's for easier. Instead of calling me, hey, how should I put a clause about to do an appraisal? Guess what? It's already here. Or how should I put a clause for a well inspection? It's already here as well. All right. So use that for your benefit. Okay. As you can see, my information is already here. If I want to put the 3% commission or whatever that might be, you can put it there as well. Okay. Here's the other agent's information as well. So once again, it auto-populated information for you. You don't have to do it anymore. So you save your contract. We'll close it. And now you have your contract. And I'm going to show you, okay, the e-sign. All right. Now you can e-sign, you can print, you can email, you can fax, you can merge, you can delete, you can copy transactions, you can download, you can do whatever these actions here. Now, guys, if you haven't taken the Form Simplicity class from the Board of Realtors, okay, please take that class. I mean, if you come here to calendar, online calendar, all right, and you can put Form Simplicity probably here. Let's see if it works. All right, you're gonna get all the classes from Form Simplicity. Look, these classes are amazing. I'm just touching the surface. These classes will give you a lot of more information. They got them in Spanish, they got them in English, but these you gotta take. If you haven't taken these classes, I suggest you do. I've taken these classes and sometimes I go back and do them again because they got great tips. So here are these classes, but also remember that in our customer support website, right? We have videos here as well. So whenever you see Form Simplicity in the, Form Simplicity, these are videos that we did already about Form Simplicity. Some of them are short, some of them are long, but they're gonna help you if you have any issues and you can't reach nobody. Okay, so look, there's a lot of Form Simplicity classes here. So remember, subscribe to our channel. Okay, right here, subscribe, and you get all new videos as we upload them there. But everything is here for some Form Simplicity. If you see something that is missing, please let us know, and we'll create a video for you too. All right, so back here. So once again, all right, so we're gonna do an e-sign, and we're gonna have, I'm gonna have Wozniak sign, and myself the documents. Okay. So here, you just, put the memo, whatever it is, offer for Parkland, whatever address, whatever you want to put there, and then you can always, type whatever you want to type here, hello, whatever. And something that I like a lot is also here, CC. Sometimes I use this when I'm already had agreed on a price with the realtor over the phone, right? So let's say we submitted an offer and they are giving us a counter offer and they say, okay, I want $300,000 and my client agrees. Instead of me just waiting for the documents to come back to me, what I do is that I put the agent's information here. So once my client signs, it will automatically send the contract to the other agent or to whoever I have here at CC. And I also like to put it here at CC in case I want to save it on my OneDrive or Dropbox, whatever you use, you can do that as well, okay? So I always do this for it to be CC to me, all right? And then I gotta click here, okay? Also, what you see over here, send to one signer at a time. If there's more than one signer, obviously, you can send it to each person individually, or you can send it to all the signers at once. I normally pick this one when there's two signers and they have the same email address. Like I got a case where my clients are elderly and only the wife really looks at the emails. And so what I do is that I put everybody's information, but I give them the same email, but I first have her sign. And once she signs, she gets a second email, remind her that her husband has to sign out, okay? So that's how I do it when they got one email. But if you want to send all signers at once, you can do the same thing, all right? So you can put as many emails you want here. You can send it to my assistant. You can send it to whoever. Once again, if you already agree on a price, okay? If you already agree on a price with a listing agent or selling agent, you just send it to your clients. Once they sign, they'll get it automatically and you're gonna get notified. Also, something very cool that I don't use a lot, but I think is a really good tool is that you remind them about the session. So first, say they haven't signed, all right, you can remind them again tomorrow for them to sign, okay? And what you do, you come here next. It's processing. As you can see, our information is right here, whoever's gonna sign, all right? You can also add a signer here, okay? Because you forgot. Or if you are saving your people in your database, okay, you can add them from the address book right here. So the address book is so cool that I think you should save the people information. Say I forgot somebody, and I just put this information here. Let's say Bassi. All the information is going to come up here, okay? So I just pick this information, and it's going to upload the information into the system for them to sign as well. All right, so that's why it's good to save into your clients' information, save them here into the system when you input them, okay? Save them in the address book. So it's thinking, here you select who's the buyer, you know. And now the system, because it recognizes this document, right? It knows that it has 12 pages and it has 14 signing locations. Okay, so the system's going to automatically auto-populate where the signatures go, versus if you use DocuSign or you use, I don't know, there's a whole bunch out there, but just let's say DocuSign or Adobe Acrobat, you have to manually put in information yourself. Drag the name, put in the signature page and the signature line, drag the date, put in the singing, put in on the date line, and so on and so forth for every single page. For example, this page has initials on every single page. Imagine this happens, go one by one. It just takes a lot of time. Use the system. So once the system recognizes the form, what it's going to do, like I said, is going to go ahead and put the initials where they have to go on every single page right here. Okay, even where they got a sign. Alrighty. Here you can add more information if you want to. Here you can, one second. Here, you can add, initials, date and time, form field. You can add more information if you want. You can add text if you want to. Right here, you forgot to add something to the contract, right? Let's say washer and dryer. You can add it right here instead of having to go back to the contract and updating information, right? You can add drop down as well if you want to. You can strike something that you forgot to strike. So for example, let's say you forgot to change the title company information, right? And you just want to change it, you just put it here now. Or if you can strike it, but you don't have the software, CTR title, whatever. You can put it right here. Then you can have your clients initial it, right? Those changes. You can also, if you want to, you can show your client, you can highlight something that's important right here, the 349 compliance fee, right? And you put it right there. So you full disclosure. If you want to underline something that's important for your client, you can do the same thing. Underline it right here, right? So it has a lot of nice features, right? Oh, you forgot to mark who's going to pick title. No problem. Boom, there you go, Miami-Dade, correct? So it has great features, but you need to pay the $65 a year to be able to do this. It's worth every penny. It's worth every penny of your time as well, because it's going to help you through the process, okay? And then the system, we just go ahead and send it out. I'm missing something here. Oh, I got to sign and then put myself to sign. Let me see. So you see, if other systems, if they don't have this, they don't recognize the documents, or like our documents that we have to sign to, it doesn't recognize the fields, you have to do this, okay? And you have to do this on every single field that's going to be done. Okay, we're going to continue. All right, and now you're going to have the last chance to look at it again before it goes out. Everything is okay. Well, I forgot an initial here. Boom, let me put the initials for the washer and dryer. I forgot to put that. All right, next. Stinking. Next. And now this is the email where that you start in the beginning. You can add more information here if you want to. Whatever you need to do, you can do right here again, because in case you forgot something, you can send us an HTML. You can, and voila. Now, what's happened is that the system emailed Osnak, which is correct as email, and is emailing me for me to sign. But wow, I made a mistake on Osnak's email. Okay, so if I notice that, what I come here is I come here and I just revise the email and save it, and I'll send it again for him to sign. I invite him one more time. This is going to record all your information. If you're working with some lenders, they want this information, making sure that it is the consumer who signed and not you send it to yourself to sign, right? So they want to see this information. This happens a lot with lenders. They want to make sure that the borrower is the one who signed, because it shows when it was sent, the time was sent, where it was sent from, okay? And that I marked up the document. So I made changes It wasn't the original document. I marked it up. So this is great information for you to have, and it's information that we need to have in your files. All right. So if I go to your file and I see that, the client is Caesar, and I see that it has Osnak's email, it just shows me that Osnak signed for the client. Obviously, that's never going to happen, right, Osnak? But this is something that we can definitely review. And if you get audited, right, which happens, guys, right, you would be in big trouble, because technically you are forging your client's signature. Make sense? So you don't want to do that. Not when you're dealing with a contract and thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? All right, so you just better send it to your client. They can sign by phone, they can sign on a laptop, they can sign in a iPad. It's not hard. It's very simple. Click on it with your finger, and that's pretty much it. So let's see how this looks on my end. Let me share the screen with you. Let me come and share this screen with you right now. Let me get a thumbs up if you seeing this new screen. Yes, everybody seeing the screen? Yes? I don't see thumbs up. Yeah, okay, thank you. All right, so here, as you can see, I got the offer here, the document. Ooh, hold on. Right? And I got the invite here, and I got rate notification, right? But I got this one right here, and I'm gonna review and sign. All right, let me share my other screen now. All right, so you can see here now, I can pick any signature model that I want, right? I normally like this one, not that one. I like this one right here. And I can just remove whatever I want, like the 3% I can take out, right? This is the one I like, okay? And take the 3 out of my initials as well, right? The client has to agree, I agree, and I start signing. So what happens is that the system, once I hit start, is gonna take me exactly where I need to sign, right? Boom. I just click here and here, and that is gonna be complete. Would you like to complete your session? Yes, I'd like to complete my session. So my session is complete. So what's happening now is that I will get an email letting me know that whoever signed has completed the session. And I can just follow up and see what's going on, all right? So here, if I go back to Oscar Vera's file, I can see here the e-sessions, and I can see, all right, that this was sent, all right? And it's gonna open up and it's gonna show that I have already signed. And it's gonna show my IP address where I signed and the times, everything. Invitation sent, all right? I modify my initials, all right? I created this, I signed, and I completed the signatures. And here it shows completed. So if my client hasn't signed, I can go back here and see, invite them again if I need to, right? Or I can make changes if I need to. But here, once again, shows everything that I need on the file on Form Simplicity. All right. So now we just gotta wait for the buyer to sign, in this case, Osnak. All right. And it's gonna save everything on Form Simplicity. So it's really amazing tool that you already have with your board of realtors that you're paying for. And the only thing you need to add to that is the e-sign, which is $65 a year. Okay. I love these tools. They make your life much easier. All right, guys. So I'm gonna stop the recording. We're just in time. We always try to finish by 9:30. So what I'm going to do is that before you start asking me questions, if there's any questions, that I'm gonna stop the recording and allow you guys to answer whatever, ask any questions you might have.